Hello and welcome to Indigo Moon Goddess. Today we're going to be doing Pick a Pile reading. This reading is going to be about love and relationships, and it's going to be in past, present, and future form. So basically what came into the relationship, what kind of emotions or baggage, or what it was like coming into the relationship, what the relationship is like now, so what's going on in the present moment, and then what the future has to hold. Once you've picked a pile, you can scroll down into the description section and there will be timestamps. So it'll say pile number 1 with a timestamp, pile number 2 with a timestamp, and so forth. And that way you can pick your pile and you can jump right to your reading. To pick your pile, you're going to use your intuition. So find a pile that you're drawn to, and then that will be your pile. I will also be adding crystals to the pile, so that might help as well. So when you're ready, pick pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, or pile number 4. And feel free, if you need some time, you can pause the video and start when you're ready. So now that the crystals are added, you can again pick a pile. And try not to think too much about your pile. Go with your instincts and your intuition, and usually your first intuitional thought would be the correct one. Okay, let's get started. Okay, pile number 1. You picked rose quartz. And at the end of your reading, what I'll also be doing is drawing a card for a crystal for you. So if you like crystals, maybe you can use that crystal. Maybe it will resonate with you. If you don't have any crystals, you can always look up the crystal. Maybe something in the meaning of the crystal will mean something to you. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so pile number 1. So it looks like you're currently in a relationship, and I'm not sure until we draw more cards, but it looks like there was a lot of emotion coming into this relationship. So that could be from you or it could be from your partner. And again, we'll know more once we draw some more cards, but coming into the relationship, there was a lot of emotion. So maybe there was emotion from a past relationship that was kind of, brought into this relationship. Maybe somebody had a bad breakup, but there was definitely some emotions going into this relationship. And I feel like this relationship is pretty new. So no more than 2 years. Anywhere, I want to say from like a year, possibly to 2 years. And I think things are kind of starting to change a little bit now in your relationship. So again, going into the relationship, I think, emotions, there was definitely somebody with a lot of emotion, maybe emotional baggage or whatever coming into this relationship. And once you guys started, getting together and it seemed great, things were going really well and everybody was happy. And now that things are starting to settle down, I feel like, there's a little bit of struggling going on. It doesn't seem like it was what it was cracked up to be. So things have changed. And let's pull another card, and see if we can get some more information on that. So, okay, so we have the weight of the world. So yeah, I'm definitely getting the sense that, there is some changes going on. You may feel like you're carrying a lot of the weight on your shoulders. It's not so much a 50-50, it's more everything seems to be on you. And, you're starting to struggle a little bit with that. And you know, I feel like it was your partner was the one that came in with this baggage and this emotional, whatever it was. And I think it's starting to surface a little bit. Let's see what else. Okay, so loosen your grip. So underneath this, let's see what it says. So underneath this card, it says coping mechanisms, destiny, addiction, let God in. So I feel like you don't really have the proper coping mechanisms right now to deal with this situation. Things are a little all over the place. You know, maybe this person that you're with is, I'm getting the sense that maybe there's some jealousy going on, some trust issues, maybe some comparison of a past relationship, possibly even some fear. You know, this person might be scared that, you know, things from the past are going to resurface again, and that can be a little bit scary. And for you, it seems like, you know, you're trying to just deal with all this, and it just, you know, you kind of feel like you're drowning a little bit. You're just kind of got your neck above water, like this card right here, and just the weight of the world is on your shoulder. So let's see what else. So we have the Angel of Love, and she's upside down. So again, I think going into this relationship, it was, you know, really good and everything was fine, and right now it's kind of turned around. So it's not what it was. It's definitely the opposite of what it felt like it was, or what it was going to be. I do feel like you do love this person, and he loves, or she loves you as well. There's definitely love in this relationship, but there's some healing that needs to be done. There's some work that needs to be done with this relationship. So let's see what the next card is. All right, so fork in the road. So, you know, it kind of seems like maybe you have a decision that you need to make. You could, you know, stay with this person and work it out, or, you know, maybe it's time to move on. But you're definitely at a crossroad, and you feel like, you know, you have to make this decision, and probably sooner than later, but you're a little confused. You know, you don't really know in what direction that you want to go. I think that you love this person and they love you, but it's just, you know, there's just a lot going on in this relationship that, you know, neither one of you maybe are happy right now. You know, you're not here where you used to be, you know, you're kind of here. And so there's definitely a crossroads, and there's definitely a decision that needs to be made, because right now I feel like you're just staying idle, and, you know, you're not sure what direction that you want to go in. So let's see what the next card is. So let me move these up too so you can see them, because I don't think that you can see them that well. I'll move all these. Get some more cards in here for you. Okay, so. All right, so now we have this card. And that's the Seven of Earth. Seeds will be planted. A temporary pause in action. Unnecessary worry. So I'm getting the sense that, you know, if you decide to stay with this person and you guys decide to work it out, I think it's going to be okay. I think you will be able to work it out. I think it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road. I think you probably will get there. It's definitely worth trying to save this relationship. And if you do decide to save this relationship, I think things will, you know, work out, and it will be okay. But it's kind of like right now you feel like it's scary, you know, almost like you're facing this big, just like monster or something. But I think if you do decide to try and work it out, it will be okay for you. It looks like maybe, you know, you need a little help too. You're kind of doing stuff on your own. So, you know, maybe talk to a loved one or a friend or somebody that you trust and, you know, ask for some advice as to what to do in this situation. Maybe they can help guide you a little bit. I don't feel like you should be doing this on your own, and I think that you should probably seek some advice from somebody else that will give you good advice. So somebody that you definitely trust to help you make your decision. But I think, you know, you kind of already probably know what it is that you need to do. And you might be overthinking things a little bit too and kind of getting yourself worked up about it. So let's pull another card and see what. So deep knowing. So there you go. So I think, again, you know what it is that you need to do. And you just need to do it. And if you do it, you know, either way that you go, I think it will be okay. If you do decide to stay, I think it'll be okay, but it's going to be work. And, you know, sometimes in relationships, things aren't easy. You know, things are always work. And the fact that, you know, you started off with a lot of emotion coming in and it was good. And, you know, then it started getting broken and stuff. But I do see that you guys really do love each other. And, you know, it might be worth the fight. But you both have to be willing to do that. So, you know, let's just do one more card for you and see if we can get any more information on this. Okay, so we got the Fates. And again, you know, it's funny sometimes when we do these cards, or I do these cards, it kind of lets me know when to stop asking questions, because basically right now you are at a crossroad. There is a decision that needs to be made. You need to trust your intuition. This is just saying that, you know what, you need to trust your intuition, and what's going to be is going to be, and what's supposed to be is supposed to be, and you need to trust that. So only you know the answer to that, and whatever that answer is, you need to trust it, and you need to move forward with that. And whatever it is that decision is going to bring you, I think you're going to be fine. So you just need to trust your intuition and trust the decision that you need to make. All right, so now let's do a crystal card for you. So I got garnet. And garnet is a protection stone. So it's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. So it's kind of a fitting stone if you think about it for, you know, the reading that you just had. It's a stone that, you know, will protect you, will release, you know, all the old. So basically, you know, let go of the past, move on, start fresh. And again, that can definitely be with your partner, but you guys need to work it out. You need to talk about it. You need to let stuff in the past go. And I think a lot of it has to do with your partner. I think that he's the one that came in with this baggage and, you know, these emotions and stuff, and he's kind of putting them on you now. And I think you're feeling a little smothered and a little, you know, unsure, and, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, you're carrying a lot of stuff. So definitely, you know, I think, again, just trust your intuition. You need to make a decision because, you know, here's your crossroads, a fork in the road. And I think, you know, seek some help and from somebody that you trust, and, you know, maybe have a conversation with him. Like I said, I think there might be some jealousy, and he's just comparing, I think, from stuff that happened in his past. And once he realizes that, you know, that's no more, he can move on as well, and hopefully with you. And, you know, you're going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay because what's happening now is supposed to be happening. So, all right. So check out your timestamp below if you want to read or listen to your reading again, or if you'd like to listen to the other ones as well. Okay, pile number one, I hope this resonated with you, and I hope that you enjoyed your reading. And if you did, please remember to subscribe below and show your support. Okay, have a great day. Thanks. Okay, pile number two. Pile number two, green calcite. So at the end of your reading, we'll also be drawing a crystal card. If you are not familiar with crystals, then you can always Google the crystal and maybe it will resonate with you or help you in some way. Okay, pile number 2. So it looks like, so right now it seems that you're in a good place. You possibly came from, you know, in the past, I think that you've been through a lot, you know, you've experienced a lot. I think you have some relationship knowledge, if you want to put it that way, or life knowledge. And I think you've conquered a lot and you've really come far. And right now, you know, where you are is good. I think you're at peace, and I think you finally found somebody that really treats you good, that really is like your rock, your saving grace, the person that kind of made it all worth it. And I think from stuff that maybe you experienced in the past, it kind of helped you grow and mature, and you're able to have a different type of relationship, and you are. And I think that's great. But here I see that, you know, there's some stuff going on, and nothing really so much having to do with you and your partner as much as it has to do with life. So I think that, you know, maybe work, you're really busy, maybe you travel, maybe there's, you know, just a lot of stuff that you do and you're not resting and, you know, appreciating or being able to appreciate the relationship and your partner, maybe like you should. So, you know, if you can, I think it would be a good idea to maybe just take a step back and kind of, you know, appreciate what it is that you have, and rest. And for yourself too, you know, it's always good to, you know, slow down a little bit and take a break. I know, you know, life sometimes gets the better of us and we find that hard to do. There's, you know, places we have to be, there's bills that we have to pay, there's mouths we have to feed. But, you know, just try to take some time, you know, and look and appreciate all it is that you have right now. And so let's do another card and see what the next card is. And the next card is faith. So, you know, again, I think, you know, she's looking really peaceful. And I think that, you know, again, you just need to really just trust what's going on right now. It's good. I don't see really anything bad that's happening. I mean, maybe some general life stuff, you know, comes your way, but it's nothing serious. I think you're in a really good place right now. I think the person that you're with is really good for you, and I think that, you know, you did come through a lot, and you're at a point in your life right now where, you know, things are settling. You just need to slow down a little bit. You definitely need to slow down a little bit. And what do we have next? So we have Two of Earth. So again, and this is just kind of reinforcing this. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So there is something definitely going on, and maybe that has to do with work and just being really busy, or, you know, maybe it's another outside situation that's going on, but there's definitely something that's preoccupying you. And, you know, you're just really busy, and I think you, again, just need to slow down, and you need to appreciate what it is that you have right now. Okay, and so then your next card is Whale and Orca. Share your song, frequency of song, deep diving. And that was upside down. So, you know, all your cards are kind of just going into, you're not taking time out for yourself and maybe your partner, and you need to be doing a little bit more of that. And then your next card is Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and divination, priestess, mystic, teacher. So, and that's upside down. And, you know, again, it's just reinforcing that, you know, maybe you need to take a little bit better care of yourself. You need to, all of this whole reading is just revolving around, like, your relationship is good. Whoever you have with you, your partner, he's like your rock. And he's really patient, it seems, and he's really got your back, and she's a great person to be with, and that's fine. It's kind of you right now. It's, you know, you've just got stuff going on and you're all over the place, and you really need to settle down and start taking care of yourself, and, you know, do something for yourself, whatever that might be. You know, just take a day. Take a day. Do it for yourself. Do it with your partner. But definitely take a day. And your next card is a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. So, you know, whatever you're focusing on, it's, you know, it's fine. You, you know, it's everything is good. And milk and honey. So it's funny because all of your cards, your relationship is good. I don't think we need to worry about your relationship. We need to worry about you. You need to slow down. You need to enjoy what life has given you. What is in front of you? That's what you need to acknowledge. You need to appreciate it, and you need to enjoy it. And you need to do that for yourself, and you need to do that for your partner. And I think if you could just do that, if you could just slow down, take a break, and appreciate and be grateful for all that you have, I think your world is going to change a lot. I think that you have so much right now. I think you're in a really good place. You just need to see it. You need to slow down. You need to, you know, breathe in and absorb and take note of everything that you've tried to accomplish or that you're working towards, and realize that it is happening, or it has already happened. And, you know, just appreciate it. Be grateful for it. And here is your crystal card. So you have titanium rainbow quartz, multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you are asking about. So that's an interesting little card for you as far as a crystal goes, because I think that there are a lot of different layers to you. I think you got a lot going on, and you might want to research that titanium rainbow quartz and see if that resonates with you at all. But besides that, I think your relationship is good. So if you're at all worried about that, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think you just need to just ground yourself a little bit, and again, just slow down and just, you know, appreciate it. Life's short, so appreciate what you have, and don't take it for granted. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and if so, please show your support and hit the subscribe button below. Have a great day. Hope to see you again. Okay, pile number 3, you're up, and you picked fluorite. So this is your stone. Your stone is fluorite, which is actually a really pretty stone. That's your stone. Okay, let's get started. Okay, pile number 3. So I think that maybe you moved. That's what I'm kind of feeling like you got a little bit uprooted. Not necessarily even that you moved far away, but I think that you're missing home. So that can be because you've recently moved. Maybe you're planning on moving. It could be that you're planning on moving. I'm kind of feeling that this, either you just moved or you're planning on moving, I think. And I think your partner, maybe he got promoted. You know, something I think revolving around him is what's making the move, what's making the change. Your partner is making this change. And I don't think that it's a bad thing. I think that it's, you know, a good thing. But I think for you, it's, you know, you're going to feel like you're basically missing your home. And you don't feel like this is for you right now. So it looks like you might have some decisions to make right now. And I think, you know, like I said, I think this is revolving around your partner. Something happened where, because of him, things are going to be changing. So let's see what your next card is. So, okay, so we have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So with that, I think you're on the fence a little bit about what's going on right now. And, you know, if you knew that you had support, if you knew that it was going to be okay, if you had all the answers for the future to let you know that this was going to be the right thing, like if you had a crystal ball, like I do, no. So if you had a crystal ball and you can see into the future, you want to know, like you don't want to make this move, you don't want to go forward without having a definite knowing of what is in store for yourself. So, you know, you need to, I think you kind of need to trust that things are going the way that they should be going. Let's see. The Great Service. What's that say? The Great Severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So this was upside down. So yeah, there's definitely a conflict going on with your partner about what's going on right now. Yeah, you guys are totally butting heads. You know, things are not going the way that you want them to go. You kind of feel like you're being led to the middle of nowhere, you know. You're being taken away from everything that you know. And you kind of have the feeling that you're going to have nothing. You know, that's what it feels like for you right now. So the next card that you got is Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. So you need to probably, instead of focusing on all the horrible things that you can think of, you know, all the bad things that maybe you see for yourself right now, try to find some of the positive things. You know, maybe there's some positivity that you can find in all of this, because again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just extremely like scary for you. You're, you know, uprooting and you're being taken away from everything that you know. And, you know, you're the one that's feeling like, you know, now you're going to be left with nothing. You're going to have nothing, you know. You're not going to be around anything that's familiar, possibly. And so the next card that we have is Star Brothers. And it was upside down, and it says energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. So you're kind of not feeling any of that. You know, you're really just kind of beating yourself up over this. And I think you need to try to, you know, even just for yourself, just try to change your energy a little bit. Let's see what this card is. So fall into my arms. So surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. So you kind of need to just surrender this situation. You know, I don't feel like this is anything that you have control of. This is something that is going to happen. You know, this is something that is already in motion. So I don't feel like, you know, I don't know. I don't think that this is actually going to turn out to be a bad thing. I just think it's really scary for you, whatever is going on. There's just a lot of changes. You're just very unsure. But I think if you trust your partner and the person that you're with, and, you know, you give it a shot and you go for it, if you take a chance, I think, you know, things are going to be okay. And I'm not really sure, you know, whether, again, if this is like a move, you know, maybe it's a new job for him, maybe it's a new opportunity, but it's something. There's a definite change going on right now that is kind of making you a nervous wreck. And so your last card is contract. And as you can see, she's kind of, you know, blindfolded in this. So it feels like, you know, she's kind of going in and not knowing what the future is going to hold. And I think that's what you're feeling a little bit right now. You know, it's scary. Whatever's going on right now is definitely scary. And I think we're going to pull another card for you and kind of maybe see if we can get a little bit more information on, you know, what if you do decide to take this leap of faith, you know, what is going to be in store for you. Okay, so I pulled another card for you. And, you know, it's interesting because this card kind of sums up what we were just saying about something going on, a change and being scary, and you're not knowing what is the outcome of this. It's like a life-changing thing that's going on right now for you. And basically what this card is saying is that you just need to trust the will of, whether you want to call it God, source, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in. You need to trust that, because that is leading you in this direction, and you need to surrender to it. And I think that if you just go with it and kind of, you know, it's interesting too, because this other card underneath here, this one, do something to change your energy. You know, everything is upside down except for this one. You need to do something to change your energy. This one, that you're scared, so this thing is like definitely going to happen. You feel like you're blinded. This one. And now this one, you know, this is just saying, you know, it's going to be okay. I think things are definitely going to be okay, and they're going to work out. You just need to trust it. And you need to trust your partner, I think, right now. You need to relinquish being in control. And you need to surrender to that and trust that whatever is happening for your highest good, and for the highest good of you and your family, and maybe your significant other. And I think everything is going to be okay. So I'm also, we're pulling a crystal card for you. So we'll see if that resonates with this reading. And if you're into crystals, then great. And if you're not into crystals, I don't expect you to go out and buy one, but, you know, maybe just Google it and see the meaning of this crystal and if that resonates with you as well. So your crystal is clear quartz. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. So again, you know, this kind of goes into with this cosmos thing. And clear quartz is great. That's just it's an amplifier. It's a crystal of many different things. It's kind of the universal crystal. And, you know, but in this right here, you know, it's trust your emotions. I mean, it's everything is happening the way it's supposed to be happening. And I think whatever's going on is actually for a really good thing. So you don't need to be scared. Just, you know, just try to find some positivity in it. And, you know, you can always come back from wherever it is that you're going. You know, nothing, very rarely, anything is ever permanent. You always have a choice. But I think this situation, I think, you know, the choice is to stick with your partner, and you're not going to be sorry for that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that it resonated with you a little bit, and if it helped you at all, I'm thankful that it did. Please don't forget to subscribe, and have a great day, and I hope to see you back again soon. Okay, pile number 4. So your stone is blue lace agate. And you can Google this stone too and find out some more about it. So at the end of your reading, you are also going to get a card that's going to be a crystal. And if you're into crystals, great. And if you're not, you can always just Google the meaning. I don't expect you to run out and buy crystals, but the meaning of that crystal might resonate with you a little bit. So let's get started. Okay, pile number 4. So, well, it looks like right now in your relationship, there is some not so good things going on. It looks like there's some definite, as it says, hostilities, some aggression, some, possibly emotional, maybe even physical, going on right now. It's definitely a sort of abuse. It doesn't always have to be a physical abuse. But it seems like right now in your relationship, there's abuse. And if there's not actual abuse, you feel like you're being abused. So whether you're actually being abused or you feel like you're being abused, it's one and the same. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's happening, but it's how you're interpreting stuff. You're feeling attacked. You're feeling, like you're being abused. And, I think you're not used to this. I think you've come from a different mindset, from maybe a different upbringing, from a different place. This is all new to you. What's going on. You're not used to being treated like this, and now you are, and you're not really understanding why. And you're really insecure at this moment, and you don't know what to do. So let's see. So the next card that we got is Queen of Air. Independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. So again, that's kind of just, telling you that, for the future, you kind of need to change things around. You need to, get your strength back. You need to find your independence. You need to be able to stand up for what you believe in, for, your feelings. You need to trust yourself a little bit more. And I know that that can be hard, especially when, you feel like you're being attacked. Sometimes you start believing that, but, whatever's going on, I think you really need to try to find some strength in this situation. And so your next card is soulmates. And what's interesting about this is I get the sense that you actually probably thought that this relationship was basically like your soulmate, and if you look, this looks like blood, and it almost looks like that poor little penguin no longer has a head, and you can see a face in the back, and it's kind of looking over them, and it looks really sad. And I think that maybe you were a little naive, going into this relationship. And yeah, so unfortunately I don't feel like you're in a good place right now. And so your next card is Council of Life, divine orchestration, helpers in subtle realms. And this is kind of falling in suit with the rest of your cards, and it's kind of a reminder that you have, and just like this card too, with this very faint face, like looking over, like I think you feel really alone. And sometimes when you're in a relationship like this, and you feel like you're being abused, or you are being abused, you feel like you're alone. You don't feel like you have anybody that you can turn to or you can trust. There's a lot of fears in that as well. You're scared of being judged. You're scared of, a lot of things. But you do have people. You have a lot of people that are around you and that loved you. And, they're there. And I think you also have a lot of maybe past loved ones, a lot of angels that are looking down on you and protecting you. And I think that, it's going to be okay. You do have a very good support group. if you just let them in. So I think whatever's going on will be okay, but you have to make a move. You have to decide that, you know what's good for you, and don't let anybody else decide what's good for you. And so the Four of Earth, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So I don't know, maybe, a lot of this has to revolve around money, possibly. We're going to have to draw another card because I'm not really sure how that card is fitting in right now. It could be that I'm just thinking while I'm, let's just pull another card and see, because sometimes that helps. Okay, so I'm thinking that, you're in a situation where, if you need to leave, you probably could. I think you're definitely supported. You're definitely, I think you were just a little naive going into this. I think though, if you just kind of get yourself together, look at the situation, probably look to your family or friends for support, I think it'll be okay. Because I think you're very fortunate in other areas of your life. And what is your next card? So water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. So yeah, you need to kind of put yourself first with this situation. And once you do that, I think, things will start changing. And I want to pull another card for you and see, what that card is going to say. And maybe we can shed a little bit more, light on this for you. So let's see, what do we have? All right, so we want to pull another card just to kind of tie this reading up and, just see what kind of, outcome is going to happen here. So, all right, so this one just popped out. And it's fitting for this too. So it says growth. So I think all of this right now, and I'm getting the impression that maybe you're a little young. I could be wrong, or maybe you're young to relationships. But this is, and the reason why I say this, because I could be wrong. You could be older, but this is new. Like, you've never been in a relationship like this before. And I think, it's for a reason. It's to help you grow. It's, this is going to make you a stronger and better person once you come out of this. And I think you will come out of this. But you need to start making a move. You need to realize that, maybe this relationship right now is not the best of ideas. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You're very blessed and you're going to be just fine. You just need to learn from this. And I think going forward in your next relationship, possibly, you're gonna be good. So let's see what kind of crystal is for you. And like I said, if maybe you can look this crystal up and it'll resonate with you. So it says watermelon tourmaline, stress reduction, de-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. So that's actually kind of fitting. And watermelon tourmaline is also a very protective stone as well. And again, here's like people and they're holding each other up. So I think everything is going to be okay for you, but right now it's not a good situation. And, if at all possible, you might want to rethink the situation that you're in. And, talk to somebody that you trust, and I think that's going to help you. And at the end of the day, I think you're going to learn a lot from this. Okay? And I hope this reading resonated with you, and if it helped you at all, then I'm thankful for that. And if you liked my reading, and hit the subscribe button, and we hope to see you again soon. Okay, have a good day.